Hey guys, it's Sean. I'm back, and today we're going to do some DIY tile coasters. Today I'm going to do some Pokemon themed ones, just because I like Pokemon and why not? But you can definitely add any kind of picture you want. You can do family photos, or pets, or giveaways, wedding gifts, or have them on a table at your wedding, anything you want to do. Sky's the limit with these. Stick around and I'll show you how. Alright, let's get started. First things first, you're going to need some tiles. Just your standard 4x4 bathroom tiles work. Find it in any big box store. They're just a few cents. Real easy. You could use white or black or any color you really want. Next, you're going to need the pictures that you're going to want to put on the tiles. Like I said, I'm going to use Pokemon theme this time. But you could use any type of pictures you want. You could even use the scrapbook paper that you find at like Hobby Lobby or something. Just cut them into 4x4 squares. Then you're going to need backing for your coasters. We use craft foam. You could use cork just as well. I like the craft foam, it's a lot cheaper. And then you're going to need your cutter to cut the pictures or scrapbook paper. I also use this to cut my foam. It cuts just fine, just takes a couple back and forths. Then you're going to need a hot glue gun to attach the foam to the back of the tiles. I've used super glue as well. Both work just fine. Hot glue is just less smelly. Then you're going to need alcohol to clean your tiles to make sure that the pictures stick nice and evenly. One thing I did forget to post here is the Mod Podge. You'll need Mod Podge, and then of course the foam brush to put the Mod Podge on the tile. Right, so I like to start out by getting my pictures cut. I already run ahead and cut 2 of them just to make sure that when I went ahead and printed them, I like the positioning of them and where they were centered and everything. So this is just showing that how you cut the 2. This one was pretty easy. I just cut these off of 4x6s. I just cut 2 inches off of the one side, and I was fine. This next one, I kind of wanted a little bit more center, so I kind of positioned it on the cutter. At first, I seen, okay, well, that's 4 inches. I didn't like it there, so I moved it to about 4.5, 5 inches up, and then I cut it, and then I flipped it around, and I cut the other side, so it was positioned center, like where I wanted it. This is just, preference. You'll play around with it and see where you want it, and, you'll kind of get it. Or you'll be able to just do it on a computer and print the 4x4 right off. My printer was actually broke at the time, so I had to get these printed at the store. So, kind of a little bit of extra work on my part, but it is what it is. Next, you want to go ahead and cut the craft foam. Another reason I like these is they come in sheets. I think they're like 12 by like 15 or something, so they fit in my Cricut cutter pretty easily as far as 12 inches wide. So I can go ahead and line that up at the 4-inch mark, cut across it. Like I said, it cuts pretty easy, just a couple times back and forth. My blade's getting a little old, so it scores it enough to be able to take it out, fold it a couple times, and then it tears apart pretty quick and easy. Once that's done, then you go ahead and take that strip. You usually get about, obviously if you're doing 4x4, the thing's about 12 inches. So you'll get 3 squares to a strip. So you go ahead and you cut out your other squares. I happen to have an extra 4x4 square from another project I had, so I only needed 1 strip this time. So I went ahead and cut 3 out of this one, and that was it. Then once you got everything cut, I go ahead and I take my 4 pictures that I plan on putting on the coasters. I put them all next to each other, line them up, make sure they go well together, make sure I like how they look. I like it, it's nice, it works, so we move on. Alright, so here we're just putting the alcohol on the tiles, make sure they're nice and clean, make sure all the fingerprints and smudges are off of it so it has a nice bond when you go ahead and you put that Mod Podge and pictures on these tiles. So now it's time to put the backs on the tiles. I do this part now before the pictures are on the tiles, just because they're going to be flipped upside down and you don't want to risk scratching the pictures or anything. Now the way I do this with the hot glue is just to make sure there's a nice bond. I do one side, make sure it's nice and pressed down, smooth through and through. Then I go and I flip up the foam, and then I do each side and the bottom all together, and then I just press down. So yeah, you'll see what I'm doing here. The reason I do this is instead of just doing a complete outline and then like putting it on there, you risk moving it around, you risk it oozing out the sides. This is just a cleaner way of doing it and making sure that it's sealed all the way around. And then once it's on there, you flip it upside down, you give it a little pressure, make sure it's all smooth it out underneath there. Like I said, as long as you don't go overboard with the hot glue and you do it this way, you shouldn't get much, if any, squeeze out. Alright, so here's the fun part, putting the pictures on. Like I said, you need some Mod Podge to do this. You just put it on the tile first, get your picture, put it on there. Luckily this isn't like a contact cement, so it's not a press down and you're done type of deal. There is some play to it, so you have a little bit of time to work with it. If it's not completely centered or anything, you can move it around. It's nice and it's easy to work with. So here I am just pressing them down, making sure they're nice and centered. You want to kind of, once you press them down, move out from the center, get any kind of air bubbles that you possibly can out. One thing I did forget to mention is once you get these down, you're going to want to let them dry for probably 20-30 minutes, and then you're going to want to spray them with a clear coat. I use Rust-Oleum clear coat because it's meant for high temperatures. You want to use these for coffee or tea or something like that. You need it. I'll put a picture in the screen here so you can see what I'm talking about. And other than that, you just get these on and make sure there's no air bubbles and let them sit for 20-30 minutes and spray them and you're good to go. And here's your finished product. So that was pretty easy, right? That took no time at all. It's real simple, limited tools, and it's really inexpensive. You know, it's a fun craft to do with the kids, nice family project to get done together. So if you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and have a good day. Thanks for watching.